Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping. And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence.
Because I don't negotiate with terrorists.
Swindler.
New priest provider protector launch that's coming out this Wednesday and then going away forever Sunday. New priest provider protector launch that's coming out this Wednesday and then going away forever Sunday. We're doing this shirt. It's only available right now. Once it sells out, we're done. We're not making any more of these, right? And when people do that, it just creates a huge amount of demand, and then it gets to you. It creates that urgency and that scarcity, which are huge, powerful concepts when marketing something. Priest Provider Protector Collection is here. Priest, go out and make disciples. Provider, care for the least of these. And Protector, be bold in a world that consistently rejects Jesus. Stop being docile. Pick up some merch at blessgod.shop right now. It's only available until Sunday, so get yours now. It's urgent and it's scarce, then people want it. If it's like we're always going to have this marquee shirt available, I'll get it when I get it, fam. I'll wait until I get my taxes back. You know what I'm saying? The Priest Provider Protector Collection is only available until tonight at midnight.
You can use scarcity to drive the perceived value of what you're doing.
Hey, if you missed the He Is Him or the Priest Provider Collection drop, because you snooze and you lose, it is your lucky day. We brought back the best-selling pieces, the most popular pieces from the He Is Him collection and from the Priest Provider collection only through this weekend, ending Sunday, and you can use this code to stack an additional 25% off. This is the code you use right now. Has missed it the first time, you played yourself. Don't miss it twice. Go to blessgod.shop and get your He Is Him or the Priest Provider Protector collection now. When you drop something that's scarce, you're leaning on scarcity, limited edition, there's only a few of it, it drives the value and the hype of it up, and more people engage. That is why we put together our Priest Provider Protector line that's only available through the end of this month. So you can get the Priest Provider Protector shirts. I'm wearing one of the shirts. You can get the Priest Provider Protector hat. This will be the time to bless that dad in your life. Get it immediately so that you can get it in time for Father's Day.
And then going away forever Sunday.
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. This is your brother Chris Lasala. I'm here with my brother Mark. He's with Redemption Life Ministries. He runs it out of Houston. You can go check out his channel. I'll link it in the description box. You guys know who Ben is. He's part of our ministry over here at BDS. And we're going to start off. Obviously, you've seen the videos we just put up. We have evidence that Ruslan lies and manipulates Christians to buy Christian merch. And I'm going to let Ben read this AI definition of a product scarcity scam.
All right. A product scarcity scam is a deceptive marketing tactic where sellers artificially create a false sense of urgency or limited availability to pressure consumers into making quick, often unnecessary purchases. So here's a breakdown of how it works. First, they create false scarcity. Scammers create the impression that a product is in short supply or will be unavailable soon, even if it's not true. They also use urgency tactics. They use phrases like limited quantities, limited time offer, only a few left, or countdown timers to make consumers feel pressured to buy immediately. This is also a form of psychological manipulation. This tactic exploits the human tendency to want things that are perceived as scarce or exclusive.
Okay. Now, people have been going around saying we applied a verse in 2 Peter to Ruslan, saying he makes merchandise of people simply because he sells t-shirts. We never said that. Anyone who's saying that's lying and just wants to make a straw man so they could look like, valid apologists. But we have always known that Ruslan was exploiting people as he sells his merch. We're going to show evidence of that. I have emails that I could forward to anyone where me and Ben were sending emails back and forth in 2023. We're going to show you that later. But the point over here that we want you guys to understand is, in this video, we will be proving beyond any doubt that Ruslan exploits people for money, Christians for money, and we have all the evidence of that with the timestamps that you novices keep asking for, and with the proper timeline and everything's going to be lined out for you. So if you continue to follow Ruslan after this, you are delusional. You have already been found wanting in terms of proving that this man is a good Christian and isn't in it for the money. Now, Ben, what about this situation here? Because some of the things we've found that Ruslan is doing, they're borderline illegal, possibly illegal. We don't really know. We're not going to make the claim that he's breaking the law. But to me, it's lining up with a lot of the stuff I've been reading that the government says is illegal for salespeople to do. For instance, claiming stuff is going to be only here for a week and then it'll be gone forever. What that does is it defrauds the customer because they think they're buying something that's going to hold its value and be exclusive. He tricks them into buying it. Then he comes back and releases the merch again later, a month or two later, or in some cases he released the merch 3 times over and over again when he said it would never come back. Then he's defrauding his customer who are thinking they're buying a one-time only thing, similar to as if, someone bought a limited edition Ferrari and there were only 5 of them and they charge people, $1.5 million for each one. And then that Ferrari came out and released like 100 of the same, and then the value of that for those limited edition Ferraris goes down to 700 grand and they defraud the customer. This is what Ruslan is doing. It's not up for debate. Anyone who wants to say it's up for debate, you are a liar. All the clips are going to be here.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So it says bringing back a product advertised as a one-time, limited-time offer after that period can be considered deceptive and potentially illegal, depending on the specific claims made and the jurisdiction. So it says here's a more detailed explanation. The Federal Trade Commission prohibits unfair or deceptive advertising practices and advertising a product as going away forever when it's not true is a form of deception.
Right. And exploitation, for those of you who say that we have no proof he exploits people. We already proved he exploits people with the videos we posted showing where he goes into his Christian church with the mindset of using them as free employees to test his merchandise, and also with the mind of selling them his merchandise. Any man who goes to church with that intent is a wicked man. I go to church to find the Lord. I don't go to church to sell my brother's shirts. You got anything to say on that, Mark?
Yeah, I think it's wicked too. I mean, just to go, if I create a shirt and I'm wearing this shirt to church just so I can get attention to myself and try to create sales, that's wicked. It's ungodly. Your mind is not even on Christ. It's not even on the right things. So
exactly. Now here, we are going to show you in context. We put the dates, the video below like we promised Ruslan. In context, we're going to show you he's well aware of this manipulation tactic. He's not only well aware of it, he was teaching it to people back when he didn't know what he would be in life. He didn't have his identity yet. And he was teaching people how to be sleazy salesmen. He was teaching them outright how to do this. He's exhibited that he understands completely how this works. And now he's 100% using it in the Christian church to exploit Christians. But here are the videos of him articulating that he understands exactly how this works 3 or 4 years ago, or 5 years, whatever you want to say, 3 to 5 years ago, back before he went and got holy and took on his put on his Christian mask. Now he won't explain how it works anymore. He just puts it into practice selling you all merch in his Christian ministry. So he says, in other videos, he says, well, Chris, I don't talk like that anymore, the way you got me on tape talking. Well, your conduct hasn't changed. You've just got better at hiding it. You don't deserve brownies for getting better at hiding your deception and being slicker with your tongue and not explaining it in the same ways that your old ghetto self, who's a money lover, explained it. Right?
Yep.
Should he get credit that he doesn't explain it like he used to anymore if he's still doing it?
Absolutely not. We should look at his deeds, not his words.
Yeah, basically what he's saying, I'm slicker now, Chris. I'm more seasoned with my tongue, but I'm still practicing the same practices. And
Yeah,
everyone, and all his followers just eat that up. They're like, well, that was a while ago. Well, no, that shows his nature. He was a Christian when he said those things. He wasn't an unbeliever, he was a Christian. So while he was a Christian, he had this attitude toward people. So your arguments don't hold any water. Go ahead, Mark. You were going to talk?
Yeah, I'm saying during the earlier videos, from what I could see, it seems like he hadn't really found his footing, like into what direction he was going to go. So he was comfortable talking about, you know, how to sell and so on and so forth. But now he put it into practice. So it wouldn't make sense for him to tell you what he's doing right now to you as a consumer. That would make no sense.
Right.
So
he'd be basically shooting himself in the foot.
yeah.
He'd be self-snitching, basically.
There could be
So here it goes, guys. Here's what he's teaching people to do, and not only that, he thinks it's a good method to make it work. He's talking about it with excitement. He's not talking about it like it's sleazy. He's talking about this like it's the best thing since sliced bread.
There could be strategic collaborations, not just with artists, but with brands to create what? High commodity products. When you drop something that's scarce, you're leaning on scarcity, limited edition, there's only a few of it, it drives the value and the hype of it up, and more people engage, okay? So that is something else. In a strategic collaboration, you can use scarcity to drive the perceived value of what you're doing.
You can use scarcity to drive the perceived value of what you're doing.
Hey, Ben, does that sound like he's willing to sell people things that don't have the real value, but he's willing to sell it to them at a perceived, aka a fake value?
Absolutely.
Isn't that deceptive that he's doing that to Christians?
Yes, it's deceptive.
So he's taking a bunch of Christians, and he knows that. He's robbing them. He's selling them t-shirts that are not worth what he's selling them for, and he's inflating the value with a false scarcity scheme. Right?
Exactly. He's selling them something with an extra added value. People think they're going to get a good deal, an exclusive product, and then he immediately takes it away and they lose that.
Right. And not only that, we're going to be proving, we already did, but we'll continue to prove, he brings it back later. So he not only pulls a scarcity scheme, he brings it back and lies to them also.
Exactly. And that takes away that value that they think they have, because now everybody can get it anytime. Exactly.
Right.
Well, even if the price is not inflated, but the way and how he's creating the sale is what is evil. You know, creating fear of loss. I used to be I'm still in sales. I have a business for you guys that are on here that don't know, but I used to teach sales, and there were certain sales tactics that I got convicted on teaching, and this is one of them. So fear of loss or creating scarcity, meaning if you don't get it right now, if you don't get it today, if you don't get it before like this weekend, this product is going to go away. So it creates an urgency in the person to make an impulsive decision that might not be the best decision for them. And you're telling them that this product is not going to be here anymore, but you know you're going to bring this product back out. So I used to teach it. I got convicted about it. And I was not teaching it to Christians. I mean, I was not selling Christians. I was selling people of the world, but it's just an evil tactic to use on anybody.
Yeah,
but
so you got convicted. You got convicted using it even outside the church on people.
Yeah, for sure. But it's normal. It's a normal art of sales that's taught in general. If you go on YouTube, most people that teach sales, they're going to teach this stuff, you know. But
Right.
this is a situation where we got to not be conforming to the world, but be transformed by the renewing of our minds. So some of that stuff we got to like eat the meat and spit out the bone. And this is one of those situations.
But Mark, he takes it even further. He does it even worse than the world. I would say any company that was doing this tactic, they would not bring that product back because they would be potentially liable. They would be scared of getting sued for lying, you know?
Right.
So
I personally think, this is my opinion, I don't know, but I think every Christian who bought his merch has a case to sue him. To be perfectly honest
right.
with you.
Yeah, because if he didn't watch his words, you know, he used certain words, which we'll see later on in the video. That,
Right.
yeah, he probably can get into trouble because of the
Right.
words,
I guess he's just spiritually manipulating them.
basically.
And I'll add this in, like Mark said, you gotta take the meat, spit out the bones. He's a Christian at this point. Where's the conviction? Does God even talk to this merchandiser, this novice? Or does he just do what he wants, just like the world? When does he actually conform to the image of Christ? Never that I've seen. Not even to this day that I've seen. I mean,
and he says,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, he says that he changed the way he speaks because he grew in the Lord. But to me, it appears that he changed the way he speaks because more people were watching him, and he knew that he couldn't get away with a lot of this stuff.
Right.
So,
right. Because if he grew in the Lord, he would stop doing the actual act. So
exactly.
really what he did was he learned how to be a better public speaker. He learned how to be more slick and not, self-snitch on himself and not look like a ghetto thug. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And and it's only available.
Here's another clip of him doing the same thing.
For a window of time. That's the thing that if you're really paying attention, a lot of people are doing limited drops. We're doing this shirt. It's only available right now.
Hold on a second. By the way, one thing I wanted to touch on. Look at the title of this video. Can Christians learn from Lil Nas X? No. There ain't nothing Lil Nas X could teach me, you novice. What kind of Christian would put a video out like that? Can a Christian learn? No, you're in the world. You're a fake Christian that's teaching other Christians to learn from Lil Nas X. A guy that's dressing like a demon and having, acting like he's having sex with Satan on things. Is that somebody you want to get wisdom from? Like in the last video we posted, he was messing with clothing inspired by Wes Watson. This guy's of the world. This guy paid a bunch of money to go on, what's the channel with the porn star? The guy with the Adam 20.
Adam 22 No Jumper?
Yeah, this guy's all obsessed with going on every worldly platform. One big clout chaser, you know what I mean?
Right, and this video, Chris, that we're about to watch here, the context was him saying that Lil Nas X uses that tactic to sell his shoes.
Right.
So he's actually saying we can learn these sales tactics from this guy.
Yeah.
And and it's only available for a window of time. That's the thing that if you're really paying attention, a lot of people are doing limited drops. We're doing this shirt. It's only available right now. Once it sells out, we're done. We're not making any more of these.
Once it sells out, we're done. We're not making any more of these.
Right? And when people do that, it just creates a huge amount of demand, and then it gets to you. It creates that urgency and that scarcity, which are huge, powerful concepts when marketing something.
It creates that urgency and that scarcity, which are huge, powerful concepts when marketing something.
If it's urgent and it's scarce, then people want it. If it's like we're always going to have this marquee shirt available, I'll get it when I get it, fam. I'll wait until I get my taxes back.
So he's actually acknowledging there's some people that are so tight on cash that they need to wait for their tax return. But he doesn't care. He wants to push you to get it before your tax return. Now, I don't know about you, but if you're waiting for your tax return, you're living paycheck to paycheck. Probably. Likely.
So that urgency will make you make an impulsive decision when maybe you shouldn't purchase it, but you like it's going to be gone by Sunday, so I'll kind of sacrifice this other situation to get one of these shirts. So
right.
Deceptive.
And break down what you were talking to me about before, about how that plays on the anxiety. Like he's playing on what he knows to be as weakness in other people.
Yeah, like, sales is the art of buying habits. So you look at why people purchase things, and there's a whole science behind it that people have derived sales stuff from. When you think of something that is creating this level of making somebody be impulsive, that's dealing with the anxiety within the person. Because if a person is full of anxiety, then you can trigger them by these kind of things. But if somebody is content, it's nothing you can do to sell them. It's nothing that you can do to make them want to buy because they're content. So you got to play on what's already within the person to create a quick sale a lot of the times.
So he's playing the role of Satan, basically, exploiting people's weaknesses, right?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
If it's urgent and it's scarce, then people want it. If it's like we're always gonna have this marquee shirt available, I'll get it when I get it, fam. I'll wait until I get my taxes back. You know what I'm saying?
And also, there's a particular text.
Notice how he talks about the people, too, when he does his little act where he pretends to be the buyer. He acts like he's dumb and just misguided and just like he's just some schlep that could be taken advantage. Like, this is how he views the buyer. You know, him, the smooth, the wheeling, dealing, selling man, he's the man. He's above you. You're the clown or the schmuck or whatever you want to call it, who's just getting duped by his genius sales tactics. You know what I mean?
Which is the true definition of making merchandise of you.
Exactly.
Or
exactly.
Text in the KJV that's talking about merchandising.
And if you can't see that arrogance in his face still to this day, when he's peering off into that camera, modeling his merch and all, you're blind. If you need us to bring these 3 years ago videos and give you commentary to show you what an arrogant deceiver this guy is, you're blind. Now, this right here is a discussion JP had with Arthur, where JP invented a straw man of why we pinned the verse in 2 Peter on Ruslan. No one ever said we pinned anything on Ruslan just because he sells things, because then I would be going to my local bakery and my local sneaker store and pinning this verse on them just because they sell merchandise. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. JP made it up. Me and JP never talked about that this was the reason we put this verse against Ruslan at any point in time. So him and this novice Arthur got up here, made a straw man for like 30 minutes in front of everybody, as if this is why we accuse Ruslan with this verse.
But that also had its context as well. And
what was the passage on that?
Chris actually brought it up somewhere, and it's only on the KJV. You know, okay. But let me check this real quick. I'll look it up for you right now. All right, 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 3. And it only says it in the KJV, Arthur. So
and that's enough, by the way, if you want to go there.
It only says it in the KJV.
Peter what? Sorry.
Chapter 2, verse 3.
These guys all hate on the KJV because they could barely read.
Right. And you have to look at it at the
like Ruslan in our discussion. Are you KJV only? Are you KJV? No, I'm not, but you could barely read a KJV. We have videos of you calling lieth. Something lieth on the floor. This Ruslan's reading, it lieth on the floor.
Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Whoever lieth a beast shall surely be put to death.
KJV, because only the KJV.
That's right. I can pull up multiple translations.
Yeah. So look,
greed that will exploit you with false words. So exploiting is the merchandising there, I'm assuming.
Yeah, let me show you real quick. So the KJV.
So they came in with this plan. This was their big plan. It looks like JP planned this out because JP ain't coming up with nothing on the spot. He knew he was going to make this video. He's like, I'm going to, set Ruslan free. He's my chance at getting some views. He's my buddy. So he made this straw man, made a fake argument.
He says, through their foreign words, make merchandise of you. So I'm guessing.
So he's guessing. He just admitted he's guessing that this was our view of why we put this verse against Ruslan.
I mean, we used it originally because Ruslan said, how do I monetize these people?
Right.
And the point is, he's saying, how do I exploit them? That was what we were using the verse for. He's treating us like a product or like
Right.
merchandise. So
Right. But imagine JP going on a stream for about 25, 30 minutes on this topic under a false pretense of a view that we had that we never told him we had, and he has no video evidence that that was our view of it.
it's just ignorance, you know.
It's literally acting, right? It's
Mhm.
literally make-believe time, right?
As
Trying too
Ruslan
hard to,
sells merchandise,
Listen again. He said he's guessing this was what Chris meant.
so I'm
Yeah.
guessing as Ruslan sells merchandise.
That's so lame, bro. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
And now you got actor number 2 coming in. That's so lame. Ha 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 ha. The accusers of Ruslan are so stupid. Huh? We never said that, Arthur. His name's
Not
Arthur.
once.
His name's Arthur, right?
Arthur, I think, or Arthur.
Yeah. Arthur. Yeah, that's right. I always call him Arthur, and then I see people call him Arthur. Anyway, Ben, you sent me this email when?
In 2023, September 27th, I sent this email to Chris because I didn't like the way that Ruslan was writing his emails. They were quite manipulative.
Right.
So
What did you title the email?
Look at this manipulator.
You sent it to me, right?
Yes, I forwarded the email to you.
Yeah. So he's reporting to me that we're aware Ruslan manipulates people for what?
It's manipulating them so that they think they're doing God's service by buying his merch, essentially.
Right. And also the scarcity, right?
Well, originally, I didn't like the fact that he was making it seem like to be a better Christian, buy his merch. And we're going to see clips where undeniably he makes that a feeling you'll get.
Right.
You know?
So at that point, you didn't know he was running a scarcity scam.
Right. At that point, he hadn't taken it away, or allegedly taken it away.
Right.
Yeah.
We had no evidence at that point. He was putting the merch out, pulling it back, telling people it would be gone forever to make them buy it, and then sneaking it back up 2 months later. Right.
Exactly.
We'll show you those emails as we go, because those.
I did have a hunch at the time, though, that wouldn't be the deadline, and I was right. So there we go.
Right. But the point, JP, is we knew he was exploiting people years ago. So why are you making a video claiming that we're just saying he makes merchandise of people just because he sold a few things? That was never the intent, and I think you know that. And if this is your best way to get this guy out of jail, you lost, because we're going to keep getting into it in this video.
Exactly. We've never been against people selling things like a regular item or working a job and then charging for that work. We're against charging people for Christian merchandise.
Well, look, Mark's right here. You sell services to people. You sell stuff for dogs to people, products, right?
Mhm.
Did we ever tell you were in sin?
No.
And how long have I known you now?
Yeah, for 10 years, maybe 8 years.
And I never came up to you and was like, well, you know, you're making merchandise of people. 2 Peter 2:3.
No.
Why not?
Because there's nothing wrong with it.
Why?
Nothing wrong.
Well, why? Because you ain't using the name of Jesus to do it, right?
Yeah, I'm not merchandising. I'm not selling the name of Jesus, basically, because I'm not doing it like that. So
Right. So there you go, JP. We got proof in the flesh right here that that's not our view of this verse. And we got the email. And if you want me to forward you the email so you know it's real, that's game over right there. I'll forward it to you through Gmail. Anyway, let's continue.
Hey, man, like,
Look at
if you're
JP.
gonna-
He thinks he's like got everything under. He's smiling like he's got it under control. You don't have it, JP. You don't have it. You're following a wicked man. You should know by now, after what happened in the past, that when we set our sight on somebody, you ain't gonna come out looking like roses in the end if you want to stand by them. You're gonna either be following a deceiver, just chasing views or fame or whatever, or you're just gonna have to repent. That's it. Now, after this video, you either have to repent, or for the rest of your life, God will judge you that you've been given all the information. You are following a wicked exploiter. That's it.
Right.
do
And
something
everyone
like,
who bought into this acting, you really need to reevaluate your discernment.
What do you think about this situation with JP, Mark? Do you think this is like some some valid education that he's given people?
I watched it. I commented on it. You know, while he was live, and I just personally think he was fighting too hard to protect Ruslan. You know, not so much as of the truth, but just trying to protect Ruslan. And I feel like the guy Arthur was doing the same thing, and the other guy I forgot his name. They got on there. So I don't feel like it was a fight for truth. I feel like it was more of picking a side.
Right.
So, you know, that's why I think it went wrong.
Pick the popular side. That's all. For YouTube. That's it.
like that, and you know that you're doing it, then you're lying. If you don't know that you're doing it, then you're ignorant.
No, you're ignorant because we're not doing it, and you're a straw man creator. So you're the goofball. It ain't nobody you're talking about. It's just you. Because if you're following JP's lead on some false pretense, then you have no clue what you're doing.
Okay, so let me just pull up a number of Bible translations here. I got the Net Bible, I got the American Standard Bible. Actually,
favorite.
I'll pull up the King James. I'll pull up the King James as well.
Sure. If you want to share your screen, just holler at me. But this is what the ESV says. And in their greed, they will exploit you with false words. Their condemnation from long ago is not idle, and their destruction is not asleep. Definitely a different message from the merchandise that they're trying to push forward to try to say, well, Ruslan sells merchandise, so he's merchandising you.
Who's trying to push that forward, JP? You got any
We never
evidence?
said anything about that verse. We just put the verse after that clip.
Yeah.
Never said one word about it.
We never articulated why we put it there or anything. So what do you?
You're not even the video. There's nobody even in the video.
I know we're not even in the video. This is the first video we've done about Ruslan that we've showed up in to explain ourselves. So how does this guy know what we believe?
You know,
this is what they had to do to set him free, but it's not working now. Because they dug themselves a grave because they didn't know we had evidence of him exploiting people that was even greater than what we've already put out. JP thinks I'm stupid and I put my best out first. He thinks I'm a novice and I haven't done this a million times. No, we purposely don't put it all out so you dopes come and say dumb things so we can catch you in your words. We purposely set these debates up and show up so this could happen to you. You fell right into our trap inviting us on there, in fact.
It just doesn't make sense. I mean, what are we doing here? Are we going to just pick favorite biblical translations just so we...
JP, the Bible says be as wise as a serpent, as harmless as a dove. We're not letting go. I'm not letting go of my street smarts just because I became a Christian. When I became a Christian, I let go of them, thinking I could trust every old Christian that came up. And then they started backstabbing me worse than crackheads and heroin addicts. So I was like, we're going to pick that back up.
Can just bash people? It's ridiculous.
So if somebody's doing that, if we're using the word merchandise the way you just brought it up, like, oh, they're selling merchandise and that's what merchandising you means, then that's clearly not what that's teaching. Right?
Notice he said if that's what they're doing. He even said if. JP says, I'm guessing this is what they were doing. He said if that. So really, both of them don't know. Yet they're running a whole show against us under a false pretense.
Didn't even ask you to clarify.
Yeah.
You know.
And Arthur's smart enough to at least say if they're really doing that. Because JP just made this up. You know what I mean?
So, all right. So usually the text here, they will. So I'm reading out of the CSB right now. They will exploit you in their greed with made-up stories. Their condemnation pronounced long ago. They will exploit you in their greed with made-up stories. Their condemnation pronounced long ago.
And then going away forever Sunday.
They will exploit you in their greed with made-up stories.
Is that a made-up story you just told?
Yup.
Is that exploitation?
Yup.
Now they'll go back into the verse and say, but that's about a false prophet. Ruslan never was. It doesn't matter. That's the nature of a false prophet. If he's got it, he fits the bill. So now you're all cooked. You can't go and read the Bible 500 chapters north and 500 chapters south and be like, wait a second, this guy wasn't even in Israel 2,000 years ago. This doesn't apply to him. You know what I mean? Like, that's what JP will do. Let's keep reading. Let's read as far as we can until I read a verse that suits me.
Only available until
Right,
Sunday.
and also, Chris, are they making the argument? Are they making the argument that you can do these things because you're not a false prophet, like they're acceptable to God? You can make merchandise of people with feigned words. It's fine.
Yeah. Yep.
Doesn't make
As
sense.
long as you're not a false prophet, brother, you're still saved and you can still do it, I guess.
Right.
They will exploit you in their greed with made-up stories.
It's only available until
Thanks, Arthur, for giving us all this great footage, not knowing we had evidence that he exploits people. 2 years ago, novice.
Sunday, so get yours now.
They will exploit you in their greed with made-up stories.
Priest Provider Protector Collection is only available until tonight at midnight.
So they will exploit you. The word merchandising in modern English is the word exploitation. It doesn't have to do with selling merchandise.
Why are you laughing, Arthur? Who believes that? You just gonna tear down straw men and act like you're a seasoned apologist every day?
This has nothing to do with exploitation.
So this is not talking about if I sell a sweater that I'm merchandising people.
No, because you can.
Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall.
There's your demon. You want to know if you have demons? It's right there. Am I crazy, Mark? Would you look at that smirk and say he's demonized, or no?
Nah.
What do you think it is?
I don't know what it is, to be honest. I don't know what it is.
Exploit people in many different ways.
Don't take it too far.
What's that?
It could be just a smirk, so I ain't gonna take it too far.
All right. What do you think it is, Ben?
A demon, for sure.
Now, it could be that. Suppose you are exploiting people by selling them merchandise, but it's not only that.
Exploit people in many different ways.
The best is when I said, Ruslan, come try and talk to me like that in the flesh, I didn't even make a face. I just said something. They thought that was a demon. But he's sitting there with this wicked grin on his face, and that ain't a demon. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Now, it could be that. Suppose you are exploiting people by selling them merchandise, but it's not only that.
And the question should be asked.
So you just admitted he could be exploiting someone by selling merchandise. Now, let me ask you guys this. Give me your honest opinion. If what we watched him do by releasing the merch and pulling it back isn't exploiting people while merchandising them, what is?
Nothing.
Exactly. And it's by greed. Because he's not willing just to put the merchandise out and advertise it and show it to people and let them make a decision on it. But he has to create this anxiety and make them make an impulsive decision. So, yeah.
Hold on a second. Let me go back to this. All right, you didn't think this smirk meant he has a demon. Now, answer me this question. Do you think he has a demon?
For sure.
All
right. I'm not saying that this is showing me that he has a demon.
So, JP, for the record, this proves to me and Ben you have a demon, but this doesn't prove to Mark you have a demon, but Mark still thinks you have a demon. We'll move on. Here we go.
And the question should be asked as to every sense of selling something is an exploitation. If that's the case, then why do we...
Here comes the straw man.
We get passages in the Bible that, for example, in the book of Proverbs, the wise woman sets up a business and runs a business.
If that was the case, I would have rebuked Mark already for selling dog collars.
Right? There's business transactions.
And he broke down to me with his plan. You broke down what you plan to do with your dog business. I never told you I rebuke you, brother. You're a merchandiser. 2 Peter.
And I mean, to be honest, not to toot my own horn, but I'm successful in my field. You know what I mean? And you've been knowing that. So if you had something just against success, we would have been into it a long time ago.
Right.
Paul said to the Corinthians, I could have charged you, but I didn't for your own sake. But I went and worked in tent making, essentially. So if he's tent making, is he exploiting people?
Notice there, Arthur said, I could have charged you. Later, I rebuked him when I came onto this debate and said Paul never thought he could charge people. And he said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean charge.
Hey, hang on.
He didn't say he could charge them. He said he's free to take it. He can't charge them.
Correct. He's free to take money from them, right, Chris?
Yes, but he can't charge them, and you said charge them.
Okay, I stand corrected. He's...
Because Paul never was saying he could go up to someone, pray, and then say, give me $50. What he said by becoming a charge to them was that if he does the good work, he has a right to their tithe, their offering, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't mean after he prays he can just literally charge them in this context, like he's selling a t-shirt.
Like an invoice, he can't send them an invoice. I prayed for you this time, $50.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. As if Paul was saying, I have power to write this guy an invoice after I minister to him. That's the most foolish exegesis there is.
That he's making?
What they're going to have to do is presuppose that when Ruslan is trying to sell...
Were we presupposing, JP, or do we have the receipts?
Oh, we have the receipts.
Sell merchandise to Christians, that he's trying
or did you just make this up, JP, like usual?
To exploit them in a malicious manner.
Again, here's the... Look at this manipulator, Chris. The date, September 27, 2023. The reason... Limited merch, manipulating people to buy the merch, saying they're true Christians if they buy the merch. JP, ask me for the email, because once I send it to you, you're a liar that we presupposed anything. Because like I said to Ruslan, I think I said to Ruslan, I definitely told you guys, we planned on coming against him long before he opened his mouth about us. He's the biggest he's the biggest money changer in Christianity, and I've went against people who are much lower on the money changer scale. So if you think that I wasn't thinking about coming against Ruslan, you are delusional.
Right. The only reason why I was subscribed to his mailing list was because we were looking into this guy.
Right.
So
let's read in context. So we're going to have to presuppose that when Ruslan is selling merchandise to Christians, now I don't read this baloney translation. To me, I read ESV.
He doesn't read a baloney King James translation. What did people do all those years? What would they have done if they had his attitude?
It's crazy, man.
I read the Bible.
I guess they wouldn't have read the Bible. Maybe read a Tyndale, which is the same type of Bible.
Mm-hmm. Very similar.
KJV has some mistakes. I don't want to go there.
Good thing you're living now, JP. At least you have the word to read in English and other versions.
I don't want to go there. But
it doesn't matter. The question is not that. The word merchandise in 1611 meant exploit. For the same reason, the word kill in 1611 meant murder. It's fine. These are linguistic differences. But be very careful not to be bamboozled by people that find the word merchandise in the Bible because they went on Google and wrote merchandise in the Bible.
And who are those people? The imaginary people? The imaginary straw man you're defeating?
And then now they can just go around saying this stuff. Is that exploitation is the question you want to ask. Is that exploitation is the question you want to ask.
The answer is yes.
Ruslan, for your purposes, by the way, in modern English, merchandiser means exploiter.
Look at him. Look at the pride on this. Is that a demon, Mark?
Look like it.
This one's a demon? Is that the, like, I have an education, I have a degree demon?
Pride, yeah.
Is that the, I'm trying to impress my daddy, Ruslan, so I could get some notoriety demon?
Most likely.
Ruslan, you gotta find better people than this if you want to ward us off. This is who he chooses to defend him in the accusations, these people. They did a great job of filibustering for you last night.
Mm-hmm.
Or was that the night before last night? When was that?
If somebody's going to make...
2 nights ago.
2 nights ago.
I just want to say this. Arthur is going to be preaching at his Bless God conference, so he definitely has a stake in this, you know. he has a reason to defend it.
So when he tells this to Ruslan and he puts on this little smug, just look at this guy. Can I slow this down? I'm going to slow this. Hold on. We're going to, 7 seconds, we're going to look at this man's face. I want this to sink in. Look at this man's face. Look at it.
It was better to me.
If somebody's gonna,
huh?
It was better to me at the regular pace because you could see it more clearly.
All right, I'll slow it down, or I'll speed it back up. I mean, here we go.
But not everybody know how to perceive it. So,
well, Ruslan was like, "Oh, you could judge people's faces." Well, JP knows I could judge people's faces because I was looking at his leader when I met him, and I called him out for fornicating, and JP and all his disciples didn't know he was fornicating. So obviously, I know how to judge a face.
Yeah. I'm talking about for the people that may be watching. They may not know, you know.
If somebody's gonna make a claim that there's exploitation happening, they gotta back that up. You gotta back up that someone like Ruslan is exploiting. Okay.
All right, here we go.
Dude, wait for the rest of the videos, bro.
It's like I told you in that discussion. Wait for the videos, boys. Don't go up there thinking you got something when we're just 1 week into a channel, 2 weeks into a channel.
Exactly the concept behind our new Priest Provider Protector launch that's coming out this Wednesday and then going away forever Sunday. So head over to blessgod.shop to check it out.
So there's the video. Ben got the email. It's right there.
Yep, in this email, he said it's only available Wednesday to Monday.
Mm-hmm.
There we have it. He sent me 4 emails in this week.
So that's on the 28th.
That one, he says, I don't want you to miss this. And let's look at this one here. He says, this is now available through Monday night. And then I think if we keep going.
Then over here.
Priest Provider Protector Collection is here.
This is a couple days later.
Priest, go out and make disciples. Provider, care for the least of these. And Protector, be bold in a world that consistently rejects Jesus. Stop being docile. Pick up some merch at blessgod.shop right now. It's only available until Sunday, so get yours now.
Ben gets
you
another
can't
email.
say I didn't warn you, you know. So he's clearly manipulating people here.
So Ruslan sent to all his Patreons or mailing list, or what is it? You can't say I didn't warn you.
It's a mailing list, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That kind of sounds like a threat.
I agree.
I mean, he said I threatened him, but this sounds like he's threatening his whole mailing list over here.
You're just trying to get them to open up the mail.
Okay, so in this one, he says, the Priest Provider Protector Collection goes away forever tomorrow night. Nobody can say that's anything but it's going away forever, never coming back.
Right.
And then he keeps going.
Priest Provider Protector Collection is only available until tonight at midnight Pacific Standard Time. So be sure to go to blessgod.shop to get yours now before it's gone forever.
Okay, and this was the other email he sent. He said, today is the last day to get the Priest Provider Protector apparel. And at the bottom there it says, don't miss out on this collection because it's gone forever at midnight tonight.
So two emails he bold-faced lied to them to get him to buy the stuff.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
What's that date, Ben?
Sorry? The date was October 2nd.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if you missed
so here's what, a month?
This is about a month and 3 weeks after that.
All right.
Right.
So he's bringing it back already, right?
Hey,
that's
if
right.
you missed
November 23rd
or the Priest Provider Collection, drop because you snooze and you lose.
This is called exploitation, Arthur and JP. Brought it back a month and a few weeks later. Live.
After saying it's gone forever.
And overcharged the daylights out of people for the merch.
It's currently $40 a t-shirt right now.
And those are the big margins we have him bragging about. That he's pretending that's what he wasn't talking about in those other videos. Those are the big margins he's talking about.
This new system I figured out where you can basically make it almost on demand with ridiculous margins.
It is your lucky day. We brought back the best-selling pieces, the most popular pieces from the He Is Him collection and from the Priest Provider collection only through this weekend, ending Sunday. And you can use this code to stack an additional 25% off.
Okay.
This is the code
Great.
you use right now.
So that's a second time he's saying he's going to take it away in a 2-month period. The second time. So let's keep counting.
Through Sunday night and...
So the second he brought it back, it was scarce right off the bat.
He's saying it's going to be gone Sunday night. So what it was, I think it was about a week he gave them again.
Yeah, but when he the first time he took it away, he brought it back, right? And when he brought it back, the moment he brought it back, it was already scarce again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It wasn't plentiful. Like, it's the first day back. It's already scarce.
Yeah, he's trying to create that those sales real quick. That quick revenue.
That's spiritual manipulation, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because he said, there's accusations I spiritually manipulate people. Ben, have I ever spiritually manipulated anyone?
Absolutely not.
And how long have you known me?
About 8 years.
Okay. So I guess those allegations are just allegations, right?
Absolutely.
Like when I told them a couple of feminists left, and they're taking and they thought that was funny. You guys should realize, yeah, a feminists left. I don't need their opinion on what I'm doing. I got sound-minded people that will testify that there has never been any spiritual manipulation here.
Of course, we have all the apparel, the He Is Him collection, the Priest Provider collection.
But Ruslan, we got you on tape doing it, buddy. We got receipts, buddy.
And nobody can deny this.
You know what the Bible says? Judge not, lest you be judged, for the measure you meet will be met unto you, buddy. You want to call me a spiritual manipulator when I don't do that? And you're doing it on a mass scale with a mailing list to thousands of Christians? Well, I hope luck exists for your sake, because you're going to need it.
All back this weekend only. Go pick it up. I'll see you over there. All right? You guys missed it the first time. You played yourself. Don't miss it twice. Go to blessgod.shop and get your He Is Him or the Priest Provider Protector collection now. Hey, let me show you a secret.
Hey, wake up. Buy my stuff.
Wait. This is a clip from the next day. The same advertising campaign when he brought it back the second time.
Right. And anyone who wants the raw footage of this, like if you look at this and you're like, well, Chris, we don't have your doctrine. We don't want you in our video. Me and Ben will send you raw footage if you want to repost this. We will send you all the raw footage you want so you can put it in your own videos and spread the news about this guy.
Yep.
We understand we have a certain kind of reputation. We get it. If you novices can't handle it, just email me. Be like, I think you're a heretic, but can I have that raw footage? Can I have the dates? We put all the dates under the videos for you all. If you all want to try and be a detective, just go look at the videos.
Let me show you a secret. Hey, let me show you a secret. 25% off.
Hey, come here, dog. Come here, you stupid little dog. Buy my stuff. Hey.
Hey, let me show you a secret. The entire Bless God shop through Sunday night when you use...
Is that how you... Look, Mark trains dogs. Isn't that how people talk to dogs?
Yeah, it is.
Hey, let me show you a secret. You can get 25% off our print.
Wait, Chris, I gotta say something. He's saying this is going to end on the Sunday night. So it's the 23rd. I just looked it up. That was a Friday. So it was going to end about the 26th. So let's see what he does if he comes back. It's supposed to be gone on the 26th.
We've been on sale like this before. And we did something extra special. We brought back the He Is Him collection as well as the Priest Provider collection. And when you pick up some Bless God merch, when you pick up some He Is Him merch, when you pick up some Priest Provider Protector merch, what you're doing when you're putting it on, you are reminding yourself daily what you're representing when you go out into your day.
Is that spiritual manipulation?
Sounds a lot like it.
Explain how that's spiritual manipulation.
It makes a person feel like they're representing God by buying his merch. Like he's like the middleman between us and God. If you buy his merch, you're going to remember God. You're going to remember him daily in your life.
Plus, you're such a baby Christian, you need a shirt to remember him. You ain't remembering him without his shirt.
Weird thing to me, man, because it's not like a hide the word in your heart. It's almost like, get this tattoo on your arm. I know I'm being, I'm exaggerating it, but if I get this tattoo, I'll remind myself of God. Let me get Psalm 27 on my arm. It's that kind of situation. And he's incentivized to say these kind of stuff because he's going to be the one making the money.
Right.
So,
and he also teaches it's okay to get tattoos also.
I have multiple tattoos. I will get more tattoos, okay? I just got a tattoo when I was in Israel. I said that earlier in the video. I have no problem with getting tattoos. I am a Christian, a disciple of Jesus, and I have tattoos, got a couple, and I'm planning on getting more.
This is bold-faced manipulation, like the worst kind, in my opinion. Using God to sell your merch.
Yeah, Arthur, comment below. JP, comment below. Let us know if you think this is exploiting people. We'd love to hear it.
All right, so this clip is December 12th, and that is not the 26th. So he was supposed to take the merch away on the 26th of November. Now it's the 12th of December. Let's see what he says.
Why we put together our priest, provider, protector line that's only available through the end of this month to help you and remind you who you're called to be. That before you put pride or before you put self-actualization, it's your first call to be the priest, provider, and protector of your home. It's available through the end of the month.
So, like, literally wearing his clothes gets rid of your pride. This is this is like his form of deliverance. No wonder he doesn't believe in deliverance ministry, really.
Buy his merch, you're going to be free.
He kind of does if the people are famous and he can network with them. Certain deliverance ministers, he'll entertain their deliverance ministry, right?
Right.
But to him, wearing his merch gets rid of your pride. Casts out your pride.
And he just said now it's going to be gone at the end of the month. So now he's brought it back twice. He's brought it 3 times and brought it back twice. And now he's again saying it's going to be going away. So let's see if he really takes it away forever, like he initially said at the end of the month. Let's see.
So every time he brings it back, it's already scarce the day he brought it back. Every time he brings it back. Not just the first time he brought it back. The second it comes back, it's already scarce.
It's available through the end of the month.
You can get the priest, provider, protector shirts. I'm wearing one of the shirts. You can get the
6th of June, 2024. So this is 6 months later. Once again, he has the same merch on the internet.
This deceiver doesn't even have the respect for the people to leave the merch line down for 5 years. Not even a year. In some cases,
2 weeks.
The priest, provider, protector hat.
And we're giving him the benefit of the doubt that he actually pulled this stuff off his website. If I wanted to look further in, I could probably find other stuff, but we're not even going to bother with that because you could see he's exploiting people just with this.
Right. I forgot to mention, when he said he was going to take it away on the 26th of November, everybody needs to realize he brought it back on the 12th of December, which is like a week later, 2 weeks later. So he couldn't even wait 2 weeks to scam everybody.
Right. Which line was that? Was that the same one?
This line here, yeah. That's right.
Guys, he did this with at least three different lines that we found. You might have seen that picture on the intro. You know what I mean? This is a pattern. This is not real. He's lying all day, every day, doing the same pattern of witchcraft on you all.
Because I could kind of look at it in good faith and try to give him the benefit of the doubt and say, okay, well, maybe this is just the first time. And, he didn't really mean to do it like that. But now it's a pattern, so I know that you're using these tactics against the people.
Right.
Can't get out of it. You just need to.
How about the fact that you saw him outlining the plan in the beginning, too?
Yeah, for sure.
Isn't that a major factor also?
Yep.
So when you put those two things together, you need to be huffing glue, huffing paint, and huffing some kind of weird PVC cement that only the pros use in order to believe this guy's righteous.
Be the time to bless that down in your life. Get it immediately so that you can get it in time for Father's Day. All right? So this is happening now. Bless God. blessgod.shop. I'll see you guys over there, all right?
And it's still there to this day.
Still there right now.
Right.
On his
And then
website,
going away,
it says ready to ship. As you can see in that photo,
forever
in
Sunday.
stock.
And then going away forever Sunday. And then going away forever Sunday.
That's possibly a crime right there that he just committed.
And Chris, I just want to make a point. If you could go back to where it showed the Bless God conference ticket under that hat. So anybody who wants to say, well, he just didn't update his website, he recreated the merch with the ticket in the item there, which he only did about, what, 3 months ago? So
I don't know.
he
I have no
knew
idea.
that this was here. I'm saying he announced his Bless God conference about 3 or 4 months ago.
What you're
That's what I'm-
saying is it's not like his hands are off the wheel and he's ignoring his website. He's making other changes that it's clear he's actively monitoring his website.
Well, I'm saying that he announced that he was going to put out virtual tickets of his conference in the past 3 months. So to actually update that photo there and put the ticket under it, it had to have happened in the past 3 months.
Yeah, unless he started advertising it earlier, which we don't really
Right.
know. So we're not 100% there, but it's irrelevant.
And be the first to hear about our new collection drop, Death to Life. This comes out next week. Okay, it's only
All
available
right, let
for
me
1 week. It's
get
only
this one. So this is March 21st. This is a new line of clothes. It's called From Death to Life. So let's watch the tape, and he's doing the same thing.
First to hear and be the first to hear about our new collection drop, Death to Life. This comes out next week. Okay, it's only available for 1 week. So it's only available for 1 week. So make sure you go to blessgod.shop
So that was a lie.
to sign up for the email list, get the 10% off, and we'll be
Some of these lies he's telling are actually allowed in the slimy sales world. They're not like criminal. But from what we were reading, him saying it'll be gone forever is a false statement, and he's liable for lawsuits.
Right. And
drop.
I have 2 other lines that I can, if anybody wants to see, I can send you proof, where he said it's going to be gone after a week, but he doesn't say forever in those words, but he makes it fairly clear that it's going to be disappeared. So we didn't put that for that reason.
Yeah, we only chose the 3 lines that he word for word said it will be gone forever if you don't buy it.
Mm-hmm.
We only chose those 3. On all his merchandising behavior is deceptive. He's pushing people all the time, telling little mini lies, little half truths, little compelling you to buy stuff. But the ones we brought in are the ones that are either borderline criminal or we don't know, they could be criminal.
dropping this next week. That is the theme of our brand new Death to Life collection, celebrating the gift of salvation through the work of the cross and symbolized by the skull having its eyes wiped out and receiving a heart.
Notice how all his clothing looks demonic with a sweet little story to make it Christ-like. So every time he puts out merch, it looks like Woodstock. It looks like demonic junk. But he then tells a little story about how it's really about Jesus. So what he's doing is he's promoting worldly-looking clothing and to worldly Christians, to deceived Christians, because the only guys that follow this guy in a big way that I've seen are guys that want to get into the merchandising game just like him. He is like the Pope of a whole new wave of Christians that wants to be selling merch to people. That's their priority. That's the first thing they start trying to do once they start following him, is make their t-shirt line. Instead
in a way, Ruslan is kind of like a forerunner, like you're saying. He kind of a forerunner, so a lot of Christians are going to try to pattern themselves after what he has going on. So,
yeah, and that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Because now it's not about God. It's I just got my YouTube channel. How do I plug my merch? Where do I put PayPal, Patreon, all that? You have 50 Zelle, MoneyGram, whatever. You ever see people have 20 different ways to send them money, 20 different things to sell? That is not ministry. That is not ministry. We have a large ministry. We never charge people anything. We never sold merch. I didn't need to post 20 different ways for people to send me money. When people are blessed by your ministry, they'll send a courier pigeon with a bag to you. If they don't even find a PayPal, they'll drive there and put it in your hand.
Heartbeat and the dove symbolizing the Holy Spirit. And we see this collection as a way to remind ourselves that whenever we're wearing one of these pieces, that we're ultimately walking and remembering the death to life we've experienced.
That's manipulation.
Because of Jesus.
That's Chris. He's basically saying, like, buying his shirt is almost like doing communion. When Jesus said, "Do this in remembrance of me,"
right?
He's not hijacking that to sell his clothing line,
right? Which is blasphemy. It's actually despicable. Yeah,
it is despicable.
Work and resurrection. This collection is available from now till Sunday only.
It's so funny how the biggest spiritual manipulator on the internet, that was his main accusation against me personally, with no evidence. Took the word of a few people that left here that I didn't get along with and their opinion. He has no real evidence. And he's doing it all day.
Only so.
It's shameful, man. It's really shameful.
Yours up now. All right? I'll see you over there.
John 5:24, Jesus says, "Those who believe my message and believe in God who sent me will have eternal life. They will never be condemned for their sins because they have already passed from death to life." And that is the exact theme of our latest collection, Death Life Collection.
So you're literally selling Bible verses. He's like, I don't sell the gospel. No, you're just selling direct quotes out of the Bible.
Available now through Sunday. So get yours now.
No one even thinks of that he's selling a direct quote.
It's gone forever. Before it's gone forever.
Okay.
There it is again. Gone forever.
Before it's gone forever. Okay. Bless God.
Better hurry up and buy one, Ben.
Yep. March 28th, 2024, he said, it's going to be gone on Sunday. Get yours now before it's gone forever. Just like last time.
Okay. Bless God. Dasha. I'll see you over there.
Guess what? It's not
They're
gone.
back.
They're here.
In stock. It says in stock, ready to ship as well.
Today, it's ready to ship, right?
That's right.
So if you bought one of these thinking you were buying an exclusive shirt that was going to like hold value or be special, guess what? You got duped by an exploiter.
Basically.
You got duped, Mr. Christian. You trusted in someone that's making merchandise of you. Right, JP?
Yup.
Gone forever. Okay. Bless God. Dasha. I'll see you over there.
Just in general, you know, like, you got to be careful when you getting into sales, man, because there's so many tactics that you're going to learn, and you can't use them all. You got to be able to trash some of these things that go against truth, that go against Christ, and, you know, godliness, righteousness. You just got to trust God, man. You know, you got to trust God.
Right. You got to follow God's conviction, but these guys are too busy chasing a bag to hear any conviction.
And that is the exact theme of our latest Armor of God collection, available for only a few more days. This is one of the pieces from the collection. If you don't have yours,
this is a third line.
Be sure to go to blessgod.shop and pick yours up before it's gone forever.
Pick yours up before it's gone forever.
All right? I'll see you over there. Peace.
Because I want to say, if someone sold a shirt for more money, knowing that people would pay the extra money because they think it's exclusive, that money, that extra money, is technically money you're robbing from them. You know?
Yeah, you're robbing it out of their children's mouth.
Exactly. Imagine, like your example you gave before about the expensive cars. Someone bought one of those limited edition, like let's say there's only 100 in the whole world, and they're like, "Well, this is a great investment. I'm going to pay $100,000 more for that." And they said, "Okay, we're going to make as many as we want." That person literally got robbed for $100,000. They're going to sue immediately.
Right.
Just because this is a small product, $40.
Yeah, he's not going to get sued because this is a small product, but people have a case to sue him.
Right. Exactly.
I think that's my opinion.
Yeah, and I think it gives you the opportunity. I think it gives you the opportunity to add more money to that shirt. Let's say if you want to sell those shirts for $28, but if he starts to say that it's exclusive, he can sell it maybe for $49 because the people are going to perceive the value to be more, so they're willing to get it because it's like, oh, he ain't going to bring this out no more, and it's worth it because it's exclusive. So it's very deceptive.
From what I know, the shipping is not free. I've looked into this. So you have to pay shipping on top of that. In a video, he articulated that he gets ridiculous margins from a special way he's figured out to make the clothing. So there's even possible that there's a possibility they could get even more. So
say 20. Let's say 20. You know what I mean? But I don't know who he's using. I don't know who he's going through. You know.
I know nothing, but I would say he's making at least 20. At least 20 on that shirt.
Yeah, if you're paying for shipping, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably find a way to make that shirt for $4, buying that from China or something. I don't know the quality, so I'm not even going to comment on it, but.
Pick yours up before it's gone forever.
Pick yours up before it's gone forever.
Pick yours up before it's gone forever.
And it's still there today. So he just used a scarcity scam and defrauded Christians on 3 different clothing lines. We put all the evidence. We put the dates. We put the video titles. We didn't make any mistakes with it. So if you want to still follow him now, people, I just want the comments below. You showed it out of context, Chris. Ruslan's a good guy. It's all he lied to you that stuff's out of context. Everything we presented was completely in context. Yep. And this is only more proof of that.
And this is called the Armor of God merchandise line. Mm-hmm. So that's 3 where he said explicitly it's gone forever. There are 2 others I know about where he said he made it clear they're limited. They're going to go out that Sunday. But he didn't say gone forever, which is really the seriously bad.
Mm-hmm. Is that it?
Yeah.
Any closing thoughts? Anybody have anything else?
I want to say if anyone wants to claim that, the line's different, he changed and he brought back new ones, I've made it very clear in these photos. I took the exact shirt he was wearing in the advertisement and put it on the screen there that he's selling it right now. So nobody can say they're different. It's literally exactly the same.
Right? The same shirt he was wearing in the video when he said it's gone forever is on the website now. We found him. Mm-hmm. All right, guys.
Peace.
God bless you.
God bless you all. In Jesus' name.
Flatlined.